What is up, Pisces? Welcome to your March 2021 Horoscope and Tarot reading. This is the Pisces season, so first of all, happy birthday for all of you. I wish you all the best in this new solar cycle, and as always, thank you for watching and supporting this channel. This month is really important that you recharge yourself and start this new solar cycle releasing the past. We all know it's a little bit hard for Pisces to let go, but you don't have to let it go completely. What you need to do is when you remember those past experiences, focus on the lesson rather than the feelings, especially if you're still hurt about a painful situation. Okay, this Pisces season, it is a lot of good news, and I feel like overall this is going to be a really positive reading. So let's get into it. First, we're going to talk about the astrological aspects of this month, and then we're going to use the tarot cards to revisit those aspects and see if we can find hidden messages and more insight about what the universe is trying to tell you during this month. But before we start with this month's transits, let's check really quickly how was your recent past. Last month, there was a lot of planets transiting your 12th house. This house rules your thoughts, intuition, imagination, and memories. For some of you, this could have been a little bit intense because Pisces is really prone to live in the past. So maybe some of you had a little bit of trouble coping with those memories and feelings. Okay, that's for some of you. There were others of you who were using all of that energy to think about the future and all of the plans that you have for this new solar cycle that started or started with your birthday. Now it's time to start taking action, so it's time to check this month's transits. On March the 3rd, Mars enters Gemini. This is your 4th house that deals with home, family, emotions. During the next 6 weeks, approximately Mars in your 4th house will put the spotlight in your home and family sector. Some of you will be thinking about buying a home, and overall it seems like a good time to do so. Other ones are going to be really active at home, painting, repairing, doing a spring cleaning in order to take all of the bad vibrations out of your life. There will be also economic opportunities in this area, especially for those of you who work in the real estate business or who are thinking about selling or buying a new home. The next aspect is one of the most important of the month, especially for Pisces. We have the Sun and Neptune in conjunction on March the 10th. Also, the new moon in Pisces on March the 13th. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces, and this planet has a really long cycle. It stays in each sign for around 14 years, so consider yourself lucky to experience this Neptune in your first house. This energy will feel more powerful if you were born between the 10th and the 12th of March. What can you do with this energy? Well, use it for everything that has to do with imagination, intuition, the power of your mind and thoughts. The Pisces, who are artists, psychologists, Pisces is a really strong sign, and a lot of you don't realize it, but Pisces has a lot of magnetism. You got the power of manifesting with your thoughts, so use it, don't be scared of it. On March the 15th, Mercury goes into Pisces. In other words, your first house Mercury rules communication, so it is a good time to share your message with the world, whatever you want to communicate in your career but also in your personal relationships. It's also a good time to make peace with family members, especially your parents. If you were selling houses or any type of real estate, this is an excellent month for signing an important client, flipping houses, leasing, etc. The Sun enters Pisces on March 20th, and Venus also goes into Aries on March 21st. As a lot of you may know, Venus is the planet of love, but Venus also rules possessions, and when it's transiting the 2nd house, this means money. So this month is really favorable for work and launching a business or a project. As I said in the past aspect, things related to selling and buying real estate or farms, projects that had to do with agriculture, and gardening will be favorable affected during the last days of this month. On March 26th, we have this thing called Venus star point in your second house. This happens when there is a conjunction between the Sun and Venus, so a new cycle is starting in what has to do with how you make money and also how you value yourself. So during this transit, it's really important that you work in what makes you valuable. Also, you could be thinking about getting new skills and discovering new talents or developing an existing one. On March 28th, the full moon in Libra will put the emphasis in your 8th house that rules shared finances, transformation, soulmates during the last days of this month and the beginning of the next. It will be an excellent time for investing. You will be receiving unexpected money from inheritances or other type of money that comes from family members or clients who will give you money to invest if that's what you do for work. Let's talk about love. A full moon is usually the end of a cycle, but it's also the beginning of a new one. So a lot of you could be given the next step with your partner. Yeah, I'm talking about marriage or moving in together, also having a new baby in the family. And something that I'm seeing here is that a lot of you are going to buy a new home and starting a family life. Of course, for others of you, this could be the end of a karmic relationship and the start of a new cycle after a deep and sometimes painful transformation that took place during the last year. Okay, in this part of the reading, I'm going to take the tarot cards, clarify the aspects of this month, and see what important messages the universe has for you during this month of March 2021. Okay, let's start shuffling the cards and glancing the deck real quick. Now we're gonna connect this to the collective energy of Pisces for this month of March 2021. Please universe. First, we're gonna take a card for your overall energy for the month. Then a card for your first house. Remember, this is the Pisces season and we have the Sun, Venus, Neptune, and the Moon transiting your first house during this month. For your overall energy, we got the Wheel of Fortune, and it's upright. This is usually a card of good luck. This is a really positive sign, as I said in the astrological aspects. Everything seems really positive during this month of March 2021. Let's pull another card for your first house. Alright, this one is a jumper, the Moon card, and guess what this card represents in tarot? The sign of Pisces. Of course, you have the Sun in Pisces until March 20th. Use this powerful energy for manifesting pretty much whatever you want. With your mind, you can attract literally anything, and this is always true, especially for Pisces. But during this month, the energies are going to be really powerful. Pisces represents the power of the mind, and we have Neptune and the Sun in conjunction during the March the 10th. This month, you have the opportunity for making your wish come true. With the Wheel of Fortune as your overall energy, I mean, dream big, Pisces. Seriously, these are probably the best cards that you can get, so the spotlight is going to be on you during this month. There is also this potential for creativity, for artistic endeavors, and I could keep going and going about this, but whatever you focus on during this month is going to be really favorable. Now let's keep checking the other aspects of the month. At the beginning of the month, you have Mars going into your fourth house. The first part of the month has a lot to do with your personal desires and manifestation, taking care of yourself, maybe getting a makeover or buying new clothes. But in the second part of the month, the emphasis is about taking action. The Sun and Venus will enter your second house, so there is a lot of movement in your financial sector. Let's see what more messages the universe has for you. Keep in mind that this is a general reading, so we're basically connecting ourselves to the collective energy of Pisces. Therefore, there are a lot of messages here for different people. Take what resonates with you and leave the rest for the other people who are also watching this live stream. Also, feel free to leave a comment even if you're watching after the live has ended, and don't forget to like this video so we can support each other. Let's go back to the reading. Okay, we're gonna clarify the fourth house with the tarot cards. Please, universe, what messages you have for Pisces and the fourth house during this month of March 2021. The Justice card. Okay, we're getting the Justice as clarification for the fourth house. The fourth house deals with family matters, also with real estate and with your home, and the Justice card is all about contracts, judicial matters, also harmony. So if you're trying to sell your house or buying a new home, this month is a really good time for this purpose. Also, for the ones who work in real estate, excellent month for buying and selling, finding great deals, signing clients. For others of you, if you were having problems with your family, especially with contracts or judicial matters, everything is going to get better during this month. Now let's take another card and clarify the second house. You've got the Queen of Swords. Again, this is also an energy of contracts, legal matters. Obviously, everything seems really positive. You're not going to have any problems with that. Instead, you could be getting money from inheritances, any type of commercial exchanges like selling and buying, especially in the real estate sector. If you're going to sign contracts because you got a new job or you're starting a new business, this is a good time to do that. We have a lot of Libra energy in this reading, and that means to me that there is this feeling of justice. So maybe a lot of you finally are gonna get that justice, something that is yours, and you deserve this. This is not necessarily a judicial matter, but there is some sort of situation, an economic situation, to be more specific, where you're finally getting what is fair for you, your fair share. So this could be definitely some sort of inheritance with maybe the selling of a home. If some of you are going through a painful marriage and having problems with splitting assets, it seems like everything is going to be resolved in your favor. Now let's talk about the full moon in Libra. This is your 8th house, and here is when the things become interesting. A lot of Libra energy, as I said, and when we connect the dots of this reading, the 4th, the 2nd, and the 8th house. For some of you this month, it is the opportunity to start a new family, to give the next step with that special person. The 8th house deals with merging, marriage, soulmates, so there is a group of you who are really taking the next step in your relationship. It's not necessarily a marriage, But the aspects of this month combined with the tarot, it's pretty clear to me that you're going to try to make this relationship official, moving in together, conceiving a child if you're already married. This is about making your family bigger, buying a new home, having a new kid, adopting a new pet. But if there is a sector where these aspects are going to affect in a positive way is in your financials. There is a lot of good stuff happening in your financial sector. As I said before, it has to do with real estate contracts, maybe with agriculture, farms. So there you have it. Focus your energy on this type of situations because you can get great achievements in those sectors during this month. I was talking about what the eighth house means in astrology, and for the clarification of this house, we have the Queen of Cups. And what this means is that for a lot of you, this is definitely a love situation. For the ones who are single, what I see here is the possibility of meeting someone special. But when I say someone special, I'm talking about a soulmate type of thing, so be aware of this. On the other hand, I was kind of forgetting this. The eighth house also deals with separation and endings. For some of you, this has to do with a divorce, but you know what? It seems like this is kind of a positive thing. For some of you, I know it's kind of impossible to win something when you're going through a divorce, but this seems really positive to me. You're gonna get money because of this financial freedom, and this could be the best in the emotional side of things. Now I'm gonna take another deck and take a couple of cards more, just for clarifying the messages, maybe getting a little bit more of insight about it. Two more shuffles for Pisces, March 2021. Okay, we got a jumper, the Strength card. And look, all of the cards that we have in this reading are extremely positive. It's kind of hard to have this level of positivity in a tarot reading. Because, everyone has problems and challenges, but what I want to say is that if there are some of you who are not having the best time right now, I feel that the reason of this is because you're connected to the wrong type of energy. For example, you know that this month you have a lot of positive energy in your financial sector. Also at home, if you insist, for example, connecting with an ex or with something or someone that is not well aspected during this month. Another example for some of you, there is clearly a divorce here. And if you're still trying to fix a relationship that is clearly broken, you're not going to have the benefits of these aspects, So please, Pisces, focus on the positive things of the month. All of you, all of the Pisces people out there, have the power of manifestation this month, especially with your thoughts. You have the potential to manifest that new job, that new home, that new relationship. So don't focus on the bad stuff. Don't focus in the stuff that is broken, okay? Release the past and move forward. There is no other option. I'm not saying it's that easy, but there is really a chance for progress this month. Please use it. Don't stay in the loophole because you could get stuck there forever. Take this month as a window to escape and get out of the bad stuff. As I said, if you don't get out, you're probably gonna get stuck there. Who knows for how long? Now let's clarify the Queen of Cups with the new deck. The clarification for the Queen of Cups in your 8th house is the Five of Wands. In reverse, that's important because upright this card can be a little bit negative depending on the context, of course. The Five of Wands in reverse, what I feel from this card is that you have your guard down. You're not interested in conflict. And also, this card could mean some sort of reconciliation. Even if the things are ending for good, especially in a relationship, a lot of you know that when there are kids in common, you have to keep seeing this person, and it's important to have a good relationship, especially for the little ones or even for teens. These kind of things really affect people regardless of age. The last card is the Four of Wands, and for some of you, it's pretty clear that you're gonna take your relationship to the next level. The Four of Wands is the card of marriage in Tarot Plus. We are clarifying the Queen of Cups in your 8th house, which is the house of soulmates and bonding together. For other ones, the Five of Wands maybe is talking about a couple who maybe after a long breakup decided to give another try to this relationship. And if this is your case, it seems really positive. Your emotions are really balanced. So whatever is the decision that you will make about the situation seems like it will be the right one. There is not a lot more to say. All of the cards that you got this month were really good. Now you have to allow the good things to happen. And finally, for the ones who are single, I feel like there is potential to meet someone new during this time. And as I said, this person could be your soulmate. So be aware of the people that you will meet during this period, because there is a lot of good vibes during this month. Thank you so much for your attention. I hope you liked this video. If that's the case, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't forget to activate all the notifications so that way you don't miss anything. Also check your rising sign, because this combined with your sun sign can help you a lot to understand better how all of these aspects are going to play out in your personal life. Alright, see you later.